I don't have a catchphrase. Sorry,
I don't either. Nope.
I'm just gonna wing it. Maybe next time.
Two bros talking wrestling.
All right.
So, all right, I'm Scott.
Yeah, I'm Matt.
Just two bros talking wrestling, and we're hoping you guys enjoy it. It's probably funny. Probably, I don't know if you guys will like it or not, but here we go. It's
Probably halfway through, you'd be like, "The hell are these guys talking about?"
probably because we don't know what we're talking about, right? So I'm an AEW fan. He's more of an NXT fan. I can't stand NXT. I mean, it's okay, but it's not my favorite. I went to AEW because Raw used to be my favorite, and Raw just sucks ass now. And SmackDown's starting to come back, and still haven't bit the bullet and did NXT. But my bro Matt, he's NXT. He's an NXT guy. So I'll let you talk to him.
I've been an NXT guy since like Enzo Amore, Big Cass, they came through there. Got the Revival, which is over there on the other brand now.
You can say the other brand's name. It's AEW. Go ahead.
You got that other show over there on TVS. TNT.
Yeah, thank you very much.
TNT, that other brand. No, just I don't mind it. They got my favorite tag team. They got the Young Bucks over there. I've been a Kenny Omega fan, Cody fan. I've been a fan of theirs when they were in New Japan. So it's like one of those things where I love pro wrestling. So
you've loved pro wrestling since I put you through the light in your bedroom, right?
I loved it before that.
That's a long story. I'll tell that later.
Yeah.
You wanted to watch Saturday Night's Main Event with me, and it was with Sid Vicious, and I had to powerbomb him. And evidently, he put his feet up above and hit the light and broke the light. I got in trouble because he lied. It's all good.
That's incorrect. That's incorrect.
But that's okay. So anyway,
but no, it's you got my one of my all-time favorites with Edge.
Undertaker. So today we're just going to talk. He's going to talk some NXT. I'm going to talk some AEW. We're going to talk to each other, and we'll go from there. Leave the comments in the comment section below. Subscribe to the channel. The channel is thumbs up. Huge Pop Wrestling. Check us out on Instagram. Huge Pop Wrestling. So we're just going to talk, man. And you want to talk NXT first?
It doesn't matter. We might want to tell them too that we have some independent wrestlers that might be
yes
in every now and then. Maybe once a month, get someone in here.
Yeah, we want to do some in the indie wrestling, like Matt said. We're going to do that once a month. I don't think more than once a month is necessary. My bro also collects Funko Pops with me, as you can see him behind me.
Nowhere near that though. That's out of.
I brought one of my Funko Pop friends up with me today, and it's because I had to. We'll go into that later. I had to bring him in.
30 years.
Rock-a-rolla.
The best in the world at what he does.
Yes, he is. Actually, I hate the guy, but he's probably one of the best that he does. He's one of the best on the mics for sure. So, what happened on NXT on Wednesday, man?
Well, we started off with Kushida versus Tommaso Ciampa. That was a hard-hitting match. It was good. It was a fun match to watch. Kushida, for the people that are just now starting to get into NXT, he's actually been around, but not. He's been more New Japan than anything. That's where he started.
What's the guy's name?
Kushida.
I'm a Ciampa fan. I like Ciampa.
Tommaso is one of the. He nicknamed the NXT Championship Goldie. I thought that was kind of cool. Him and Johnny Gargano were a tag team DIY for a while. They had an epic, I think like a 4-match set there with. They actually had a rivalry with FTR before, well, the revival in NXT. So, and that if you get a chance, watch those matches because those were really some epic matches there.
We were talking earlier, right? That I like Ciampa because he puts the younger people over, kind of like a Jericho would do, you know. So that's pretty cool. I like that because of what he does with that.
Ciampa, he's a talent. They actually had plans to bring him into the main roster, and Ciampa's like, no, I don't want to do house shows. I just want to do my NXT stuff. I just want to be a pro wrestler and do NXT tapings and do pay-per-views. I don't want to do this whole touring. I want to stay in Florida. I want to do that, and that's what Triple H was okay with that. And all right.
How'd that match end?
Tommaso won via disqualification. Velveteen Dream came out of nowhere, flew off the top rope, hit Tommaso when he was supposed to hit Kushida, and then Kushida proceeded to kick him out of the ring.
So wasn't Velveteen Dream? Wasn't he like SmackDown or Raw prior to his NXT?
Oh, he was supposed to be. Actually, this is kind of a I don't want to say kayfabe stuff, but he was supposed to go to the main roster. He was supposed to debut on the main roster, but he got caught soliciting a minor.
Oh.
Yeah.
Real?
Yeah, for real. Like he got.
I will leave it at that. So
there you go, Velveteen Dream.
He didn't make it to the roster, so he was supposed to be there, right?
Yeah, he was supposed to be there, but they that came out along like when all those other celebrities got caught doing that kind of stuff. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, it is what it is. So that you were saying Ember Moon came back.
Yes, Ember Moon was back. She was the mystery woman. You know how Carmella was the mystery woman on SmackDown. They were hinting at stuff like that on NXT, so they brought Ember Moon back, and she went on a sabbatical. She was gone for 14 months. I didn't realize it was that long, but she's back, and she's got a new attitude. She's not weird eye stuff anymore. Like she looks like a Mad Max character.
Yeah. I've seen clips. I've seen the pictures. It does look like Tina Turner and Mad Max Thunderdome, right?
Yeah.
Old school. Tina Turner, man. Why did I drop that name? That was bad. She does have legs, though. She has legs even at 70.
It ages you, is what it does.
It ages me. Yeah, it does. But I will say this: NXT's women's tag team division, women's division period, Raw, SmackDown's women's division period outweighs AEW. That's AEW, in my opinion. That's AEW's weak spot. What do you think, man?
Yeah, that's exactly it right there. In all three of WWE's brands, SmackDown, Raw, NXT, their women's divisions are here, and I couldn't even tell you other than Britt Baker, Nyla Rose, and Brandy Rhodes. Those are the only three women.
Yeah, it's not very strong. It's not. They're trying. I think they'll improve, but at this point, definitely does not their women's division play in effect. Matter of fact, I think they had one women's division match on there, and it got a C+ rating.
Yeah.
I don't know. To me, it wasn't good, but
well, here
it was between Big Swole against Serena Deeb, who I have no idea who those. Swole, I know who it is, but because she's been on it, but other than that, I don't know. So,
I mean, we talk about the strength of NXT and all of WWE programs are their women, or as far as like the one thing that WWE does better than AEW is definitely their women.
Yeah.
The one thing that AEW crushes WWE with is their tag team division. Their tag team division. I will honestly admit I might not like the product as a whole over in AEW, but their tag team division is ridiculous.
They had a huge tag team match this week with FTR and who was it with?
FTR and
but they brought in some nobodies, and FTR won over, and I think it was awesome because at the end of that match, the Young Bucks.
those weren't the Young Bucks. That was Best Friends. That was Orange Cassidy.
The Young Bucks appeared on a monitor, and they were talking to a cameraman, and they kicked the cameraman in the face, and that's this big thing. And I like the Young Bucks. I like the Young Bucks heel turn, man. That's pretty cool. Where they're paying Tony Khan all their money.
10 G's to, because it's all that merch money. It's all that merch money.
$10,000 kicking a cameraman, I guess. If you have that kind of money, I guess you can kick a cameraman, right?
Well, when you own the company, you can do whatever the hell you want.
The best friends come out in hot dog suits, and that was the t-shirts.
The hot dog t-shirts were pretty cool. I like those.
Calling FTR match favorite people wiener dogs, wieners. The challenge to a match next week on the 1-year anniversary of the show for the championship. So I'm pushing for the best friends to win. What do you think, Matt?
No, FTR.
Come on, now.
They're old school. They're old school wrestlers. Like they got Tully Blanchard as their manager. You can't go wrong with Tully.
You're right, man. That's one thing I like about AEW because you got Tony, you got Blanchard, you got Jake the Snake.
Not Ole. Arn
Anderson. I'll get to Arn Anderson a little bit later because that was epic. One of my huge moments in that show. But Greg the Hammer Valentine was in the audience, man.
Yeah, that was kind of cool too.
That was cool.
I didn't realize that it was him and Piper in the first strap match. That was kind of
That was back in what did it say, the 70s?
No, 80. It was 80s. 4.
Yeah, I didn't realize it either. So what else happened on NXT, man?
NXT, there's a couple good promos. Undisputed Era, I don't know. We'll back it up to last Sunday when it was Adam Cole. He got attacked by Danny Burch, I believe.
Yeah.
And
you're talking about the pay-per-view, right?
Yeah, during the pay-per-view. They talked. Basically, Undisputed Era is going to make it their mission to take that one person out. I think NXT needed to leave them as a heel, but they're kind of turning on face. I don't like that, but it is what it is. They had a small promo. It was, Adam Cole at the end looks straight into the camera, goes, "You're a dead man." I believe him. He looked pissed off. And Adam Cole's one of those guys. He's friends with the Elite over on AEW, so we might lose him. NXT might lose him to AEW. It would suck because he's one of the best talents in all of WWE.
Didn't he get punted in the head by that NFL kicker?
Pat McAfee, yes.
Call Chris.
That was a hell of a match too at NXT at Takeover.
So after he got dumped over the ring at the end of that brutal Finn Balor match, that set up last night's promo. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Finn had a promo too, basically saying Kyle O'Reilly pushed him to his limits. That was a hell of a match.
That was a good one.
That was one of the best matches of the year. That is my top 5 best matches out of NXT.
I thought it was classy that Finn Balor, man, they shook hands at the end of the match, and because they knew they both went through hell.
Another New Japan guy.
That's so. Again, I don't watch NXT regular, but Finn Balor, I loved him on WWE. I think it was smart that WWE sent him down to NXT. I think at that time that was a proper thing to do. Not that Finn Balor can't hold a strap up at Raw or SmackDown, but NXT needed something like that, and he's been amazing down there. I've been watching that; it's pretty cool.
The only other, I mean, they had a couple smaller matches. Dexter Lumis had a match. He came out. Let's see, after Austin Theory had a match, and he won it within like 15 seconds. He just destroyed this random guy that they threw in front of him. Then out of nowhere, and he basically had an open challenge. He goes, who's going to step up? Dexter Lumis, or I can't remember his name on TNA, but he was there for a while. Anyway, he came out and he challenged and beat. He made him tap out, actually. He put him to sleep. It was a good match. That was a good match. But then that guy who's all about, I can't remember what his name is. He's like, I'm going to the moon or something like that. It's like, all right, dude. He wears a top hat and stuff. Some of these gimmicks, they're just like Jungle Boy over. Come on, Jungle Boy. Really, Marco Stunt.
Yeah, Matt Riddle with no shoes. I mean, come on now.
Oh,
I do like Matt Riddle stuff.
He came from the MMA. Like, he was an actual MMA fighter.
I guess. I'm just a little sidebar. Continue watching us, guys, because this is our first one. I just want to shout out that it's our first attempt at doing this, and it'll get better. We're we just, like I said, two bros that we talk on the phone all the time. So we just said, hey, let's let everybody else hear what we talk about on the phone. So this is all we're doing, and it's just for fun. If you subscribe, you subscribe. You don't, you don't. But anyway, I know NXT must have ended.
We might have to bribe you to stay.
Yeah, we have to bribe you. I don't know what. Yeah, but how did NXT end? Did it end with a?
It had with Ember Moon's promo. She had Io Shirai came out because Ember Moon said, "Hey, I want the gold." Io Shirai is the champion. She came out, said, you gotta. This title doesn't belong to you. It belongs to me. I run the division. Yada yada yada. Rhea Ripley comes out, or her music hit. She comes out, and then out of nowhere, Dakota Kai and that big I can't remember what her name is. Her big bodyguard girl comes out and jumps Rhea, and then Ember Moon comes down and helps Rhea. In typical pro wrestling fashion, the GM marches right out there and be like, "You ladies feel like you want to fight? We'll have a tag team We'll have a tag team match with you four at the end of the night." Surprise, surprise! They made that happen.
Predictable.
Well, pro wrestling, like we said earlier, if you've watched it enough, which believe me, we have, you can predict pretty much any storyline that's going to happen.
Yep, absolutely.
Unless they swerve you. I mean,
they can do that.
The mother of all swerves was NWO Angle. Now, who would have thought Hulk Hogan?
I'm telling you what, that put that over. That made that what it was, and that was pretty. I was shocked when that happened, but I liked the gimmick afterwards. I thought, and I mean, NWO was the shiz-lo. That was just the best thing ever happened to the WCW at that time. That was just great. But I just hope AEW sticks around longer than WCW does. I hope Vince McMahon doesn't throw his money around and destroy AEW. I don't think he will. I don't think he can, because hands down, I believe AEW is at least destroying Raw. They're beating NXT in ratings every week. This week would probably be closer. I mean, because NXT did have an amazing pay-per-view. I cannot say that was awesome pay-per-view. Let's face it, we're in the pandemic, and fans make the show. Us fans make the show. And without fans, it's hard to do it. So,
the show closed with the Ember Moon Rhea match. Ember Moon and Rhea Ripley against Dakota Kai and that other girl. It was a very good match, very entertaining match. It ended with Ember Moon hitting that thing that she does off the top rope, that DDT thing that she does.
Yeah.
I can't remember what the name of the move was, but she hit that 1, 2, 3.
Diamond Cutter?
Kind of. It's like a DDT. She does her little flip off the top, and she catches a person.
Yeah.
And that's it. Went off the air with that. So I mean, in all, it wouldn't have been the best one to have someone start off watching. It was entertaining enough, but it sounds like Finn has a broken jaw, so he'll be out.
Though, with that whole thing, man, I just hope that he's not another one that has to hand over the title.
Yeah.
It seems like WWE is doing that a lot.
I don't think he will, because they said they had nothing. And I know Kyle O'Reilly has broken ribs, and because during that match, did you get a chance to watch that match?
Bits and pieces.
Both men were bleeding from the mouth.
I've seen that.
It was definitely one of the more violent, but it wasn't out of control violence. It wasn't unneeded violence. It was just them beating the hell out of each other.
You're going to see that a lot in Hell in the Cell coming up. There's a lot of good matches. That's going to be badass. That's going to be something to watch. And I hope that redeems WWE. Really do.
Well, these violent matches, like you go back and you look at the ones that they had in the last pay-per-view. I know we're not not going to really talk a lot about Raw and SmackDown, but in those two big title matches with Drew and Randy Orton, violent with that ambulance match.
They pulled him out of that. I loved it. He pulled Orton out of the cab and punting him. That was brutal.
And then the one with Roman just beating the living tar out of Jay. Is that Jimmy or Jay?
Jay. Oos. Yeah.
What's up, Oos?
What's up, Oos? But yeah, violent. That's so I think I'm going to try to watch NXT more so I can be more prepared for next week and not sound like a total jackwagon, but hey, forgive me for that. I'm a big AEW. Huh?
I don't want to get painted in an AEW hater. It's just portions of it that I can do without.
Right.
Hey, you're one of the biggest Orange Cassidy fans. I don't like it.
He made it. Yeah, that was.
He's funny.
I'll start with that match because that was probably one of the coolest matches. It was a dog collar match between Cody Rhodes and Brody Lee. Brody Lee should have stayed back at WWE. Come on now, the gimmick sucks. Dark Order.
The Dork Order.
Sorry about that. It's the Dork Order. You need to go back. Hey, Brody, shout out to you, Brody. If you're listening, if you watch this show, Brody, go back and find Bray Wyatt. He needs another ass clown to join him, okay? I'm just saying. But thank God they had him. Cody Rhodes came back 2 weeks ago.
That was an oh my God moment when I watched that.
Oh, no, wait, you know what that was, Matt? You know what that was? It was a huge pop moment.
That was a huge pop moment.
So I'm just saying, that moment when Cody Rhodes came back, on fire.
Now, if there would have been people in the stands, like if that would have been a full audience, the place would have went nuts.
He left. He got hurt about a month ago or whatever. I think he said 3 weeks ago or whatever. He had blonde hair at that time. He comes back looking like me, styling and profiling, dark haircut look. And he's a badass. Makes the challenge to Brody Lee. Brody Lee accepts it. Brody Lee then goes and says, "Hey, we're gonna make it a collar match." And Cody Rhodes comes back and says, "I'll take it." And last night was epic. He had a dog collar match, and the funniest and I'm not saying, don't want to say funny because I love Arn Anderson. He's been a Four Horsemen. Give props for Ric Flair. Arn Anderson is a great manager, you know, and he got a chair thrown at him. He gets back in the ring, and he spine busters Brody Lee's partner. I can't remember his name. Anyway, he spine busters him. I swear to God, he had no reason doing it. He is out of shape. So am I. And it almost like he was gonna die. Like his face was beat red. Arn, if you watch this, you probably won't. But dude, that was a hell of a spine buster.
I listened to his podcast. His podcast is really a fun one to listen to. It's called Arn, ARN. It's on pretty much anything that you want to listen to. And he talks. They asked him once if like how many, because he did one. He did another spine buster. Back when AEW was first, like when he first appeared on AEW, he did one, and they asked him what, or, you know, you looked a little bit awkward there in that one, and he said, yeah, you know, I got maybe 15 to 20 of these things left in me. I gotta pick my spot.
He must have got one more. He must have got 19 left because when he hit John Silver with that spine buster, it was he rolled out of there. I swear, I don't know. He did it. Props to him. Props to throwing that spine buster in there.
60 years old. 60 years old.
He's got to be all of 60 plus.
And moving better than me.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. So that was a great match. It was a violent match. They threw each other through tables and announced booths and cracked each other over the heads with the chains and the stuff like that. In the end, Cody Rhodes ended up beating him. So that was pretty cool to retain the title. To get the title back, actually, he had a moonsault, get moonsault off the top rope, followed with crossroads, and then it was over. And so in the aftermath of that, he got the title belt, and I think Shivani comes up and talks to him about how he felt about it. And he claims Matt will agree with me. He likes him as a heel, not a face. He's obviously going to be a face of the company because he said he thanks the fans, et cetera, et cetera. Kind of agree with Matt. You said earlier that you like him better as a jackass, a hardcore.
Yeah, that's what he was when he was. See, now the Elite, which started off as a Bullet Club deal over New Japan and ROH. He was brought in towards the end of the Bullet Club era. And, well, the Bullet Club's still going strong over with Tamatonga, but, that's New Japan stuff. But he plays, pardon my language, a better asshole, in my opinion, than he does, oh, I did it for the fans. I love my fans.
You're a hater, dude. You're a hater.
Get the hell out of here with that.
So, anyways, Matt hates this guy coming up too Shivani asked Cody Rhodes, who do you want? Who are you gonna do? Who are you gonna challenge? And he goes, I don't know. Out from the tunnel comes probably one of my favorite characters, Orange Cassidy. I love it. Jeans, coat, and a t-shirt. And he goes like this. His hands in his pockets. And he goes like this.
It's not even a full thumbs up. He's too damn lazy to do a thumbs up. Gotta give you one of these. Cody
Rhodes said, I accept. So they booked that for next week on the year anniversary. Of course, there's no way, in my opinion, if he does, I'd be shocked. There's no way Orange Cassidy can win that match.
Okay, if he wins, I'll say this right now to whoever's watching. I will come on here next week if Orange Cassidy wins, and I will say Orange Cassidy is my favorite wrestler of all time.
There's no way. That's just not going to happen. But it's going to be an epic match. I love it. They had some great. There's 3 matches that came out of the last night's show. That's going to be awesome for their 1-year anniversary. And they have to. You know, you're a business. You're going to be in there for 1-year anniversary. You better come out guns a-blazing. So next match we'll talk about is the tag team match that my brother Matt, he likes FTR. They faced these just random people. And, you know, it's a good match. It was solid. No really high points until the end. And where, unfortunately, FTR threw out a Young Bucks finishing move. They were high fly. Young Bucks are high flyers. Obviously, FTR doesn't like Young Bucks, so they're gonna mock whoever they don't like. You know, they got to mock somebody because they suck as it is. They got to bring someone.
When they were in WWE, they had a little phrase that said, "No flips, just fists." They're there to whoop your ass. They're not.
So now see. That's the thing, man. That's the thing. Young Bucks, they can't hold their jack to the Young Bucks, but I do agree, Matt. They're more technical wrestlers. Young Bucks are high flyers, unlike the Young Bucks.
They remind me of Tully and Arn.
Yeah, you're right.
They remind me of Tully and Arn, like Brainbusters.
Right. Yeah, I got that T-shirt. I got to wear that next. I'll wear that next week in recognition of the tag team. So that match got over. Young Bucks were talking in the back with the cameraman, and Young Bucks kicked the cameraman, and they dropped $10,000 on Tony Schiavone, or not Tony, but Khan's desk, and said, "Hey, here's another $10,000." They didn't have it in their pockets, so they said, "We'll pay you later." And then one of the coolest moments happened. It's the best friends. They come out. They're a video shown with them wearing hot dog suits. They come out in their T-shirts and they challenged FTR to a match, and they called them little weenies. That was kind of sucky. I don't know, my opinion. There could have been a better promo, but.
Well, here's the thing. AEW, the thing I will say that I like about them, typically, they don't care what they say. Like, they're gonna be like, "I'm gonna whoop your ass," or they'll say stuff like they're not. And I'm gonna segue into something here. They don't like their promos are better than most of WWE's. And the best promo in the business, and I will say this, and I'm sure you're gonna argue this. MJF, best promo in the business. No one touches that guy because he's better than you. He's better than you, and you know it.
Moxley, bro. Moxley. There's a handful of people. Jericho can cut better promos than
MJF is the best heel and the best promo in the business right now. And that's coming from a guy who doesn't like AEW.
I hate him. I can't. No. MJF, no. Sorry. Maybe you guys can help us out. I don't know if you guys. I don't think MJF is bad. He's good. I just don't like the guy. He's a punk.
Well, you're supposed to. He's a heel.
Well,
you jackass.
If I said FTW, I meant FTR. FTR, right? So FTR and the best friends they're going to be doing their thing on next week. So for tag team champions. What else happened on? They had a women's match. I'm not even talking about because it wasn't worth talking about.
Brian Cage.
Cage. That was a good match. They started the show with Brian Cage versus who did he verse? Oh, Hobbs.
Yeah, the guy who helped Moxley a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, he got his ass beat by Moxley. So, but Hobbs and Cage, they both couldn't stand the grounds with Moxley. They both got a chance at him. They failed. He's my favorite, wrestler. I love Moxley. I like his badass attitude. But he had a great promo at the end. I'll get to that next. But Cage and Hobbs, Cage won. At the end of that, I took some notes. At the end of that,
well, Darby Allin. That's when Darby Allin.
Taz came up, and he basically wants Hobbs to join their group. and they wouldn't give an answer. And Darby Allin came in, which I think is another. I like the gimmick. I love the skateboard gimmick, half face, face painted. That's cool. But Dobbs gave Taz gave Dobbs an ultimatum to join him or not. At the end of the show, there was a big to-do, and I don't think Hobbs is going to join them. I don't know. But so that was an okay match. But they finished the night with Jericho in a match. And the match, I don't want to talk about the match because it was just a.
He even wrestled.
I'll tell you, he wrestled. He wrestled.
Bret Hart.
Yeah. He wrestled.
Superfly Junior Snuka.
No. I can't even remember who he wrestled. I didn't write it down.
Simon Dallas Page.
I don't know who he wrestled. He wrestled some Floyd. Luther. He wrestled Luther.
Okay.
An old school guy.
Yeah, that's great because they had one. It
was a tag team match. Basically, it was Jericho and Hagar versus defeated Luther and Serpentine or whatever. But of course, you're seeing a lot of lion salts from Jericho in that match. After the match, chants for Jericho rained down from the stands. He thanked all the fans before the dumbass MJF decides to come down and make a mockery of Jericho's celebration. I did like a lot of wrestlers, a lot of superstars such as Shaquille O'Neal, Gene Simmons. Funniest comment he made, Gene Simmons goes, "You've been on your hands and knees all your life. Keep on doing good work." So, I mean, I don't know. You take that.
Oh, it was kind of cool to see Chris Jericho's dad.
Yeah.
His dad actually played pro hockey for the New York Islanders.
Really?
Yeah.
It was cool seeing the Dudleys.
The Rangers. I'm sorry, the Rangers.
Everybody through the years. I did not realize Chris was 30 years. But that's awesome to take your body through all that, whether it's fake or not. You put your body through 30 years of that stuff,
and he does it. He's a rock star too. Like his,
what's his band called? It's
Fozzy.
Fozzy, yeah.
His entrance. I will say this about Jericho. He has, in my opinion, the best entrance music. And all of his Judas that was pretty cool entrance music.
I mean, I even like the reference. Like I said, I brought Jericho's pop up here.
Because you just made the list.
You just made the list. The Ayatollah of Rock-a-Rolla. I mean,
I am the best in the world at what I do.
Yeah, Raw is Jericho. As much as I can't stand the guy, he is amazing on the mic. He put over. I mean, for instance, I'm an Orange Cassidy guy. He put over Orange Cassidy by letting Orange Cassidy punch him in the face and drop him into a orange mimosa. Now, who wouldn't want to get dropped? First of all, if I was dropped in orange mimosa, I'd be thanking him because right now I could use some orange and mimosa. But so yeah,
Steve Weiser. What?
Yeah. So that was a good show. AEW was a good show. Moxley had a great promo at the end. Before the
not as good as MJF though.
He was in the bar, and Matt brought this up earlier when we were talking on the phone. I didn't realize Moxley and Lance Archer had business back in New Japan Wrestling. And matter of fact, Moxley said he beat the shit out of him in New Japan. That Archer did that, and they're having a match this coming week for the title. And Moxley said, "Hey," a lot of the time Moxley will say, "I'm gonna kick your butt. I'm gonna whoop your whoop." But this week Moxley's saying he's humble. He's like, "You may win. If you do, it's because you're a better man." And that was a good promo from the bar. And of course, Archer had a promo with Jake the Snake, and that I love Jake the Snake, man. I remember watching Saturday Night Main Event when Jake the Snake brought down that yellow coat, that yellow python, And I can't remember who was going to put it on. Oh, Kamala. Shout out to Kamala, man. Passed away, but he was a great wrestler back in the day. But that was a good promo. So to set up Lance Archer, Moxley, Match Buddy MJF is going to make a big announcement. I can't wait. Can't wait for that. Yeah, buddy. Hope he says he quits. No. Maybe he'll go. Maybe he'll go.
He's better than you, and you know it.
Maybe he'll go to NXT. Who knows? FTR.
We will welcome him with open arms.
I think it's gonna be a huge show. They'd have to. It's got to be a huge show for their 1 year anniversary. So that's my wrap up of AEW. A little bit more about what we were talking earlier. We're gonna try to get some indie guys on here. I encourage you to watch the full of us talking, because if at the end of the video we will put a promo of a wrestler that will be in the next week. So I'm not saying it's going to be one this next week. I'm saying watch till the end, because you might be surprised. You'll see an indie guy on a promo for the following week. It might be this week. It might not. But look out for that for sure. Anything else?
Well, our pops, every month we both get boxes, and my son and I we have our own channel, Sports Dad and Drew.
Right.
That's our YouTube channel, and we open our box, and we do a video of us opening the box. So you'll see that if you subscribe to our channel over there. What we can do is probably once a month, because you'll get different stuff than I will.
Right.
And maybe toward the end of it, if we need some filler time or whatever, we can go and compare what we got and show what we got to people who don't subscribe to my channel or don't subscribe to your channel, but have us. So I think that would be
right. And we get it from, and we're going to give a shout out, thewrestlingbox.com. He does wrestling Funko Pops, mystery boxes. Matter of fact, he has been talking.
Real good guy to work with.
Yeah, great guy, and you might get a chance to see who he really is. He might be joining us on a podcast in a month or so. He's looking forward to doing that. We opened mystery boxes. I opened some extra mystery boxes. Collector Dad is my YouTube channel name. My wife and I do that. But yeah, it's just two bros talking crap about wrestling, and hope you guys enjoyed it.
That's too sweet.
Peace. See you, bro.
See ya. We'll talk to you later.
I'll call you in a minute.
All right.